Howdy, folks. It's your boy here, and we back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, of course. And today we got this new double special heroes banner, so we can go ahead and take a look at this. Now, I'm like 2 seconds away from summoning on this banner, because there's a color on here that really catches my eye. But before we get into any of that, we're just going to go ahead and break the banner down one by one, take a look at each color, and see if there's anything worthwhile in here. And spoiler alert, I do actually think this is a pretty damn good double special banner. So let's go ahead and start things off with red here. So we have the Thief Layla up first. Now, this is a very interesting unit. I thought she was pretty solid when she came out, but of course, at the time, I mean, we were on the heels of Brave 6, so a lot of people just ended up skipping that Thief banner. So, just like all the other thieves, this unit here has her own unique version of Kanto. Hers is called Kanto Ally 2, and after she attacks, it lets her Kanto to a space adjacent to any ally within 2 spaces. So, kind of like a reverse guidance jump effect. After you attack, you're able to guidance back to somebody. So, not too shabby there. She's also okay at dealing damage. She has -1 special trigger, attack and speed up 6, and then she has Fire Sweep if she's faster than the enemy. And then also, if her HP is over 25% at the start of combat, she can do 10 chip damage to the target and foes in 2 spaces. So, it's okay for dealing a lot of damage. If the enemies are stacking up their defense really high and you're not able to pierce through them, she can at least take advantage of the Fire Sweep effect and the 10 chip damage to whittle down enemies that way. So she's okay. She's nothing too insane, but she's not too shabby either. And then for fodder, she's got Swift Sparrow 3 and Defense and Res Smoke 3. I've actually started to come to like Defense and Res Smoke 3, mainly just because after combat you can take advantage of the Pathfinder effect. So it's probably my favorite of the gold border smoke skills, to be honest, but even saying that, you still have to initiate combat to get it to work, so it's still a little shaky. Okay, then on red, we also have this Flame Rinka here, Mrs. built like a freaking supermodel, or not really supermodel, more like a super weightlifter, like a super bodybuilder. I love seeing girls that are just like ripped and shredded like this, so Rinka's always been one of my faves. Now, she's a 4-star demote, and you're going to be able to easily merge her up. However, I would not recommend doing so anymore because we just got the addition of Lumera to the Heroic Grail shop, and she's just way better of a merge project. So, unfortunate for Rinka, but she was pretty solid when she came out at the very least. Her weapon gives attack and defense up 5, and then the 20% attack and defense reduction to the enemy's stats based on her own raw defense stat. So, similar to Flame Mordecai, she can debuff the enemy's attack and defense by a very high amount based on whatever her defense gets to. And her defense is pretty solid. Her speed isn't too shabby either, and attack is actually a little bit low, I might say. But then res is a total dump stat, and that's going to be a problem. So attack and speed ideal 3 and odd tempest 3 for fodder. Attack and speed ideal 3 is okay, I guess, but Muriel in the 3-star and 4-star pool already has it, so nothing I would say is worth summoning for here. Unfortunately, red is probably a skip. Okay, next up we have blue, which is actually quite a color of interest here. There's 2 really good units on blue. So, starting off, we have the Winter Cordelia and Severa combo, the mother and daughter duo. I was very iffy about summoning for these units back during Christmas when they first came out, because I already have Catria. So it's like, do I really need another unit that grants party-wide jump effect and also triangle attack? Hers is a different condition for triangle attack than Catria's is, whereas Catria needs at least 2 allies within 2 spaces. This Cordelia needs 1 ally adjacent to whoever is attacking in order to gain the triangle attack. So they're both very good effects in different situations. Of course, Catria's is a little bit more lenient in terms of being adjacent, but you also need an extra unit close by to get it off. So in some situations, I do find Cordelia's to be a little bit better, and also vice versa. In other situations, Catria is better. But this unit's a way better fighter than Catria is. Her weapon gives her special cooldown ramping, -1 special trigger, and attack and speed up 6. And her harmonic skill also grants treachery, which is one of the more badass effects you can get from a harmonic skill. So I just find her to be a better fighter for Catria. I've actually taken to using this unit quite a lot in Aether Raid's offense. She's a really good Gale Forcer. She can set up your other units to quad and break through any armored walls the enemies may have. Good units to pair with her are the legendary Veronica, for example, so you can just quad with her and delete whatever she hits. So one of those units that I was kind of iffy on summoning for, but then I had no regrets after I got her. I actually use her quite a lot, and I do enjoy using her. So even if you have Catria, she's still worthwhile. Her fodder is Attack and Speed Clash 4, Flow Guard 3, and Defense and Res Hold. I would say actually Attack and Speed Clash 4 is not too shabby. And for units that are not able to have finish skills, the Clash skills do seem to be where it's at for the moment, so not too shabby. Okay, then we also have the New Year Ash over here, a good little cow. So she's not too bad. She's basically more of the same of regular Ash. She has Opening Retainer, which is the biggest selling point to any Ash unit. Being able to jump around your units and then also gain a little support in the process is very, very helpful. It got a little bit devalued, though, I will say, with the addition of Guidance 4. Ash is not really as mandatory as prior, so make of that what you will, but I will say this New Year Ash is not quite as unbelievable as she was before. Now, she also has a Brave Attack effect, which allows her to bully the hell out of Seliph. So she's a blue unit, and she can double attack. She also, when she transforms, she gets 7 true damage. She gets the tempo effect like all infantry beasts do. She's got -1 special trigger. She has Spendthrift Light and the Brave Attack and DR. So, I mean, of course, this is still a very strong brawler unit. You can throw her out in front and have her tank pretty decently. She's got Bulwark as well, which is pretty strong fodder, and Distant Reversal. And her defense and res stats are pretty close by, 44 and 40 respectively, so it's not like she has a weakness on res or anything. Definitely a solid, worthwhile unit, and I would say as the cord, I just accidentally knocked the cord there, my bad, guys. But I would say blue is actually quite a worthwhile color to summon on if you're missing either of the 2 units and you want to get one. Alright, let me see if I can do something about this cord situation here. I don't know how this has happened actually quite a bit. I was trying to record this video before and the cord cut out and then I could not get it back. All right, hold on. Let me unplug it and then plug it back in, see if that helps anything. Real peak professionalism here, Tacho, right? Tacho, the professional YouTuber, having cord issues like this. Okay. All right, come on. Please just come back. Let's get the rest of this video out. All right, there we go. Okay, beautiful. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to green. So for green, we have the Winter Burger King here. Not too bad of a unit. I'm not sure if I would say he's like a must or anything. He's solid for sure, but we've recently gotten better far save units. Like, for example, Fomortis, who was free. Everyone got a copy of him. But this guy does have Special Fighter 4 for fodder and Distant Darts, so those could be worthwhile things if they catch your fancy. As far as weapon goes, he's basically just a speedy armor if ever I saw one. Okay, there we go with the cord again. Jeez. What am I doing wrong? Hold on. I must be stepping on something. Okay, there we go. We got it back. So he gets all stats of 5, -1 special trigger, and then he gets DR on the enemy's first attack, and he can reduce their attack and speed by a potential 8 points. And he has null follow-up also. So he's a pretty player phase-oriented armor-type unit. I would actually probably give this guy Assault Troop instead of DR Far Save and have him just be an all-out player phaser. Because Black Luna is really going to slap people hard, and that's the main selling point to any Burger King, I would say, is Black Luna. Okay, he is accompanied by the second demote of the banner. We have Thief Soth here. This guy is pretty worthless, honestly. Literally, he came out after Summer Claude, who was just like a god-tier flying dagger demote, and then we get this guy who is not that. So his weapon has Canto 1, which is inheritable for a dagger. I guess that's okay, but there's actually a lot of ways you can get Kanto support on your units now, so that's definitely devalued. And then other than that, it just gives attack and speed of 5 and dagger 7. So not an interesting dagger by any means. We're probably going to get a rearm dagger at some point too. That's going to be way better. So that just sucks. He has Harsh Command plus fodder, and then he's got Swift Sparrow 2 and attack and defense Rain 3. I guess it's okay fodder for a 4-star, but again, this guy is not really in a good spot like Rinka either, so I would say green is also a skip. And now finally we come to the creme de la creme of this banner. We have colorless up next, and this is why I'm literally about to summon on the banner. So we have the Asker and Emblem duo right here. A very, very potent combo. They are one of the more popular units to run in summoner duels at the moment. They are very good. So they have defense and res finish 4, they have attack and res tempo 3, and open domain, which is one of the more busted unique skills in the game. You just get special ramping, you get resonant blades and resonant shields. So yeah, Asker is pretty nutty when it comes to support. And then their weapon here gives them -1 special trigger, all stats of 5, they inflict guard, they can make a guaranteed follow-up, they get the Asker damage reduction and true damage effect, so they can... Oh, wait, no. Is it true damage, or it's only the damage reduction effect? Yeah, it's only the damage reduction, it looks like. So they can reduce damage by 20% of their own defense, which is very strong, of course. So you're not really going to be having an easy time getting rid of this unit. Also, their duo skill is just a souped-up version of the New Year Alphonse and Sharena, where they give all stats of 6 and then -1 special trigger to allies in 2 spaces, regardless of what their movement type is. Alphonse only does it to infantry types. These guys do it to anybody. And then also, it's a reusable duo skill too, so that's another good thing about him. And then finally, we have the Flame Moose spell over here, a unit that I've actually wanted for quite some time. He's a very good player phaser. He has a lot of true damage built in, and then you combine that with Dragon's Wrath 4 and Domain of Flame, and this guy hits like a freaking monster truck. So I'm about to just summon on colorless and see if we get lucky here. I might go up to the Spark, and then if we don't get anything, I'll probably get the Fey Pass at that point, and then we'll get... Because I still didn't get the Fey Pass. I was supposed to get it for this banner here, and I did the 40 out of 40, and I was like, do I really want the Fey Pass? Not really. I was going to just take the Orb Shaft there and just walk away. But let's go ahead and summon. Let's see if we can get some goodness out of this colorless pool. I'm not going to take too long with these summons. We're going to speed through. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think about this banner here. And do you think you're going to be summoning? And let me know if you're summoning, which color you're aiming for. So like I said, I think blue and colorless are definitely stealing the show here. If you manage to not have either of the units on blue or colorless, I do think it is worthwhile to at least consider summoning. Okay, so far, we're not really getting anything, but I mean, we just started, so not really. Oh, okay, there we go, guys. We're actually done. This is the only thing I wanted from the banner. I would have liked Moose Spell too, but I'm going to take my win here. We got 4 summons in, and we got Asker. We got plus attack, minus speed. That's perfectly fine. This unit doesn't really need speed at all, so we're going to go ahead and lock them up. And we are going to call it a day. So Mommy Emblem looking all bougie-like in that kimono. This is one of my favorite arts in the game. The New Year alts always have really good art. Just fantastic all around. And of course, seeing Mommy and Daddy come together finally is very, very refreshing. So that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. We got some pretty good luck for once, as opposed to what happened on the child banner this year for me. So that's all for today, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and this your boy Tacho signing out. We will be getting a new banner trailer for New Heroes in 2 days. So if that trailer is not a New Heroes banner for Fire Emblem Engage, then we riot. We are going to riot in the streets. We're going to go to Insys headquarters with pitchforks and torches and demand an Engage banner.